Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm happy to have you here again. What works for you in relationship? That's the theme of my show here for you today, my video. What works for you in relationship? Really? Take a piece of paper out, maybe one of those blank computer paper, right? And just write on it what works for me in relationship. Or you can take one of those, big whiteboards. What works for me in relationship? Some of you are gonna need a couple of months for this. What works for you in relationship is what you have to cultivate of your own presence. One day I wrote a question on an index card, what works for me in relationship? And there was a blank in my mind and my thought. I had no idea. And I kept looking at that question. I kept looking at that question. I kept looking at that question. You know what it did? It kept forcing me to ask, does this work for me? And you know what I found? I found out that a lot of people, places, situations, and events that I was hanging around and being a part of were because of obligation. And it wasn't fun. And it actually wasn't what I wanted in relationship. So I stopped doing that. But I never would have known if I didn't write that question on a blank piece of paper or an index card, blank index card that said, what would I like in relationship? And so I encourage you to do that and keep writing and keep adding to it. And yes, sometimes what's gonna come out is the opposite. Some of you may actually need to have another piece of paper that says, what doesn't work for me in relationship, because you know that well. And sometimes the doesn't will lead to what does. You have to choose for you. When I'm facilitating people on their personal challenges, especially in relationships or with health and money, before I go deep into their psyche, let's say, I actually ask them their target. This is what I'm reflecting here. Their target, their choice. What's their ask? What would you like in relationship? Why are you doing this session? If the session's over and you get clear about whatever this problem is, what would you like to have? And you know what? Sometimes I spend more time on that question with them and less time on digging out what the problem is, because the problem was they didn't know what they wanted. If you don't know what you want, if you don't have a target of what you're creating for in all areas of your life, you are going to create crap probably, or you're going to get things in your life that you actually don't want. So always have a list of 5 to 10 things handy about what worked for you in relationship, not expecting it from the other person, solely from the source and within you. Like, my name is Lisa. Lisa, what would you like in relationship? What would you like in relationship? What would you like in relationship? And then go do it. And then congratulate yourself on that by, being thankful for doing it. So write it, take an action on it, and be grateful for it. And then do another one, and do another one, and do another one, and do another one. But it all comes from the list, and it all comes from asking questions. It all comes from taking action and being grateful. That's your 4-step model for knowing what you want in relationship. Put your comments in the chat. I'd love to hear it. Like the channel, share it with anybody that you know might benefit. Let me know if there's something else you want to hear about. And also you can notify yourself that I'm coming live by clicking on the bell to let you get notified. Thanks for listening.